I mean, you wrote it as historical fiction, so what's the kind of balance between fact and fiction in the book, that story in the book?
Well, the book is based on facts. It's a story based on facts. But if you read the story of Muhammad, if you read biographies of Muhammad, if you read the historical narrative of Muhammad, then you come across all these characters, from the angel Gabriel to the nurse Halima, to the believer Waraka, to the wife Khadija, the third daughter, and so on, Abu Bakr, his friend. So these are actual characters in history. But when you read the history, they kind of appear, and yet they must have been real life characters. So what I did, and this is the beauty of doing it in a historical novel, is that I put words in the mouth of these characters. Also, I was very aware that when you do a book like Muhammad, you have your own biases, your own prejudices. You love some of the things you know about the Prophet, and some other things about him disturb you. The fact is, it's very difficult to relate to customs that exist in a yawning abyss of time. After all, the Quran was written following the life of Muhammad, or during the life of Muhammad, which was the Europe's dark ages. And so how do you relate to customs that were prevalent then without being biased or prejudiced? So what I thought is, if I have all these characters, from Khadija to the wandering mendicant, to Khattab the elder, to Baraka the African slave, to Waraka the believer, Halima the wet nurse, we would see this amazing consciousness called Muhammad the Prophet through the eyes of different people. Some that were, in a sense, totally allied to his teachings and to him, and some who wondered about him, who had doubts about him, and some who were openly against him, including people like people who fought with him, people who went to war with him. So I have put words in the mouths of all these different people, including Fatima, his youngest daughter, a Jewish scribe, Ali, the first convert, after whom, thanks to Ali, we have the Shias. These are very interesting people. And that's the art of the historical novel. It's a well-known tradition. It's a well-known genre. And when you write historical fiction, you take some liberties, and I did. That's poetic license.